Hello there and welcome back to Music That Doesn't Suck. As you can see, I barely managed to sit down before the show went live. So while I set up my stuff, can you introduce to the...
I can indeed. So hello girls and boys, how's it going? Very glad to be back and it's great to have you here as well. Here we are at Music Doesn't Suck, the place that we talk about music that is not
Highly annoying.
Yes.
Look at this.
You're blasted. Now
Yes.
I think you're kind of correct.
Yeah. So, yes.
No, ready?
Yeah, I am, allegedly. So, welcome back to the show. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about what? Underrated bands?
So, more specifically, we're going to be picking some very underrated rock bands, some of our favorites, to share it with the people that might not know them. Because
also,
this is a great place for us to be able to introduce people to great music that is not necessarily in the mainstream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because usually good stuff is the one that nobody knows.
Yeah.
So,
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, especially nowadays. So let's begin from there. But before we get into it, Joss here is leaving a comment already.
Hey Joss, how's it going?
Lots of underrated bands out there. To name a few, from Mexico, a band called Agra. From Australia, Spider Bait. From Brazil, Angra. So many. Have a good show. Thanks. First and foremost, yes. Angra is a good band.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a little bit. I wouldn't say is popular, but I think it's one of the most popular of these underrated bands.
I'd say so. I know that because of them being Brazilian and all, I think they kind of fall into the underrated category just because they didn't cut through as much as some other bands that are coming from more, well, proponent places of the world.
Yes, it is.
But I think they are quite recognized actually, and I think they are considerably respected.
Yeah, but it's still in the underground circle.
Yeah, still, the thing that we're talking about a very niche realm of music.
Yeah,
still.
could you describe the sound of the music?
I think they would be more clearly defined as power metal. I think they're a power metal band.
But with plenty of progressive rock elements.
They do indeed, but I still think that their sound leans more towards power.
Power metal.
Power metal.
Yes.
Not to be confused with power ballads.
Power ballads, a completely different thing. Yes.
No, but I actually like them. I like their sound. The guitar playing in the band they changed a few times already, but it has always been
Kiko Loureiro.
ultra top notch.
Kiko Loureiro.
Yeah, Kiko Loureiro is fantastic.
He's an excellent guitar player. He's still playing with Megadeth, right?
Yes, I think so. I
Yeah,
think
he is.
so.
He's a fantastic guitar player. One of the best, I would say.
Do you know Agora?
Yeah, they're very good. They're actually a prog metal band. And totally recommended. They sound like early Dream Theater.
All right.
But
How early? Early first album?
No, 90s.
Okay.
Well, first albums, if you think about it, is images and words. No, but they clearly sound very similar to Queensryche from that era.
All right.
Dream
That's a good
Theater.
start.
Yeah, the singer is fantastic. He has a very good singing voice. Their music is, I think they only got like 2 or 3 albums, if I recall correctly. They're very good, excellent execution. The production values, of course, myth. They're not bad. The band, I don't know for how long they were active, being very frank. But the music that I know from them is actually very good. You're gonna be surprised, for real.
Okay.
I think they're better than Angra,
All right, I'll check it out. I'll definitely
in my
check it
opinion,
out.
because they are more on the. They are clearly the things that they sound way too much like Euro Dream Theater, man. So that's always a problem, because I know that you like their music, dude, but come on!
Yeah.
And the guitar playing is very good, very good. Plenty of creativity in the compositions. They somehow manage to keep them short.
Okay.
They are usually thinking at 5 to 6 minutes maximum.
All right.
So
So
yeah.
it's not going on the ultra long route.
No,
of
no.
progressive
From what I know,
indulgence.
from what I know from their music, and I think they got the albums. One of them is Segundo Pasado or something like that. If I recall, but please let me know.
Yeah.
But I can tell you they're a good band.
Look, Joe, since you're at it, you already recommended some bands. If you can recommend specific albums from those bands, it would be great as well, because I think that's also kind of the point. So we kind of know, and people listening to the conversation knows where to start looking.
Yeah, totally.
I think give us a place to start, please.
Yeah, and also Spider Bait. I don't know.
That one I don't know.
Yeah, that's totally out of my knowledge. I have never heard of them, but it might be from the newer generation. The things that the other two bands that just suggest are from the same era. Mid 90s, early 2000s, man. Because Angra, I think the first album was released 95.
Early 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they're kind of the same generation as Sepultura, right?
Yeah.
But totally different
Yes, I particularly prefer Angra.
Me too. Me too.
Sepultura has great songs.
Yeah, it's not my
It has
jam.
excellent drumming.
Yeah.
But usually their music is not really my cup of tea.
Do you know the name of the drummer?
Now I don't know because
It's the Cavalera
it
guys
was Cavaleros, the Cavaleros for a good chunk of time. Now I don't know. Is it what's his name? The one that's even more aggressive than the previous ones.
Oh yes.
He hits hard. What's
Loud.
his name? I'm gonna remember. He's a very good drummer.
Yeah, but good bands in general, both of them. And it's interesting because you see that Angra also comes from the same period, or a little bit earlier, but the same period in which power metal started to become a thing. Right, early 90s, mid 90s, in particular mid 90s.
Yeah.
Because you got, of course, the obvious picks for well, the thing is this: you can make the claim that power metal got started with Halloween, even a little bit earlier with a little bit of some songs by Rainbow, or earlier.
Yeah, kind of borderline.
You know what I
power
mean?
metal.
Yeah, it's not necessarily power metal by any means, but kind of, right?
Yeah.
And but in my head, it truly took its final form during the 90s.
Yeah, I think so.
With this sound that is more on the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, but it's the thing that actually allows you to have a proper insight on how they sound. It's fantasy metal. I think even though it's power metal, the way I see it's kind of fantasy sounding metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and bands such as not High on Fire is the other one.
Song. Give me a song.
Not really. Rhapsody is not. I'm getting there because my brain is kind of taking a path into get into the band. I'm gonna try to remember. The thing is that I have a very specific band in my head that was taken by the linked to what you mentioned of Angra being power metal but with prog rock, and I have power metal with prog rock in my head, which is Camelot.
Camelot.
Which is a very underrated band.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
Super underrated. They are from Florida, of all places.
It doesn't feel like they're from Florida.
No, they sound super European.
They do indeed.
Right.
Actually, when I realized, when I knew that they were from Florida, I was very surprised.
The fuck, yeah.
What
Doesn't
the hell?
make sense, man. The Camelot is a fantastic band. They I don't know how close they are to power metal, being very frank.
They are defined. They are not defined. They are usually categorized as power metal. Is not a categorization that I particularly agree with. I think they are closer to prog than they are to power.
But also, prog is kind of a big word. Because their music is very much. I can see the power metal, very much, but it's also not as tupa 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 tupa. It's not that kind of you know, all of the cheese that we love from power metal, right?
Yeah.
It's not Sonata Arctic is pop power metal, but something different. No, it is, man. It is. With all due respect. But Camelot's music is much more in the realms of being kind of dark sounding.
Yeah, and there's plenty of theatrics. Yeah.
That are not necessarily the same that you will find in something like Rhapsody, Halloween, Avantasia, which are much more on the power metal side of things.
Which out of those, I think Avantasia actually is an underrated band.
Is it?
I
Well, the
think
thing
so.
is that
Halloween is super big.
but it's because Halloween is Halloween, and it's been there since the 70s. Of course, it gotta be the big name. It's almost like Metallica, I think, for power metal.
Yeah, it's even nicher than Metallica, but I think it's the big name in the genre.
Yeah, at least that's what I think.
Yeah.
But Avantasia, well, the thing is that Ed Guy was popular, man,
Yeah, that's true.
and Tobias is face of Ed Guys, and also Avantasia. I don't know how much of an underrated band Avantasia could be.
No, not really.
You get me, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Still we're talking about a very kind of a niche subgenre of metal, but still it's a popular one.
Yeah, it is.
It's more common than, for example, prog metal. Is way less popular than power metal by others.
It is indeed, yeah.
And makes sense because power metal tends to be a little bit more, how can I put it, approachable. And also you got bands like freaking Dragon Force. Great introduction. Clearly more on the pop side of things. Again, with all due respect,
Yeah.
because they do it great. They're fun.
Yeah.
Their music is stupidly fun.
And they're very good musicians. They're
Extremely good.
Clearly.
Yeah, that German Lee, or Herman Lee, Herman Lee is the name. He's a fantastic guitar player. It's a little too much to my taste.
But he made
But
a name
it
for
makes
himself,
sense. It makes sense.
Out of playing extreme guitar. It's not
Extreme
even
stupid guitar, because even the whole thing with them, him coming up with a way to reproduce the sound of the Super Mario Bros. Stuff like on the guitar. Like, that's too much time in your hands, man. But whatever. That's I know.
respect.
Everybody.
They do it well.
Yeah, and they're fun, man. They seem to be very nice people. They seem to be fun, and the music projects that.
Yeah.
It's so far away. That kind of like, yeah, it's so stupid but enjoyable. But they are far from being underrated, man.
No, they're not indeed. Do you have any that comes to mind that's truly underrated?
Reincarnation,
Oh yes.
a band that
Sadly underrated.
recently released an incredibly badass album, a follow-up to their 2020's previous record. Incredibly good. I showed you some of the new tracks. Have you had the chance to listen to the whole thing?
Not the whole thing. I haven't yet, but I listened
should.
to a chunk of the album.
You
and it's
should.
fantastic.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
That's a band from Norway, if I recall correctly. I happen to have a fondness for that place somewhat.
Yeah, those Nordic countries actually deliver quite a lot of great music.
Yeah, indeed. And these guys are a band that has been around for a good while. I've been a fan of theirs for since 2006, man. I've been following them since I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
And it's a band that never actually took off. They are very good. They have several records. They have a very, very prolific career, but not that many people knows about them.
Yeah.
Their music is clearly prog rock with metal moments,
Yeah.
super heavy metal moments, but
Yeah.
it's a very difficult kind of band to encapsulate in one genre.
Yeah,
To clearly decide on which category they fall for, because you got moments in which they go full on metal, but the vast majority of the music is kind of like very badass, kind of evil sounding with more energy, Pink Floydian,
Yeah.
Genesis like.
The thing is that the moments where they go heavy, they go metal, they go truly heavy,
truly
they go
go.
truly metal. But if I'm looking as a more overview kind of way, I do think that they are a prog rock band.
Yes, and the whole metal thing is because of the guitar player in Torch. If I recall correctly, he was the guitar player for Immortal. Great band. Immortal. No, Immortal, no. Dark Throne is either Dark Throne of Immortal or Immortal, because Immortal is freaking Abbott. Yeah, no, it's Dark Throne. It's gonna be Dark Throne or Emperor. No, it's Emperor. Sorry, I got my black metal and death metal kind of wrong today, but it's Emperor.
All right.
So yeah, that's why it has that.
What's a good way to get to know Green Carnation?
Well, I would say a good album to get into their music would be A Blessing in Disguise. That album is fantastic. It's kind of the most Pink Floyd record they got. It doesn't have that many bangers when it comes to being super heavy, but has plenty of great sounding music. And I would recommend the track Lullaby in Winter. That's a very beautiful quasi like solemn, like I got you, bro, kind of feel.
Okay.
Music that has this very beautiful atmosphere. The guitar is fantastic, sounds very, very cool. It's a clean. Most of the song is clean guitars and very beautiful vocals. The drums are punchy, big, and like kind of clashing with the ambience and the atmosphere. But it's a fantastic record. Also, the Writing on the Wall, that one is a banger of a song. Like punchy, yes, like damn, it's good. I'm listening to it in my head.
Out of Green Carnation, actually, what I appreciate most out of them, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend as the entryway, is their
Light
first
of Day.
album, is the Light of Day, Day of Darkness. And the reason why I wouldn't recommend it as the introduction to the band is that it's way too much commitment just to be introduced to a band.
Because it's just one song.
Yeah, the entirety of the album is one song. It's like 1 hour and a little bit long, right?
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
And it's just one track.
Yes.
It's if you bought it on CD, it's just the CD.
the thing is, even though that's far from a good introduction to anything, because 1 hour and 10 of your time to get to know a band,
Yeah.
but the experience that it delivers is worth your time.
100%.
It's a very different musical experience because of the fact that it is indeed one song. It's not a bunch of songs
No.
kind of linked together
Yeah,
to make
it's not
one.
like The Wall. Get me? It's not.
It's one song indeed.
Yeah, because it's the same. It's the same idea of a conceptual album, but in contrast to what Pink Floyd did with The Wall, which is a series of songs that are interconnected. In this case, you're dealing with just one piece of music from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's madness, man.
But it takes you many places. It's a very emotional ride.
Incredibly beautiful
It's
track.
extremely expressive. It has plenty of different moments and movements, and it's beautifully done.
Yeah, it's an incredibly intense experience, man.
Yeah.
Musically speaking, is something that, damn. But it's a track that I rarely listen to. Not because I don't like it. I love it so much that if I'm gonna listen to it, I gotta listen to it with no interruption. It's having the time to actually spend an hour listening to just one song is tough.
Yeah.
But totally recommended. But don't use that track or that album to get into the band. It's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I recommend then, of course, as well, the acoustic verses. But that one is full on acoustic music. No heavy drums, no electric guitar used in any form of or distorted fashion. Clean guitars, but the entire, and those are rare as well. The entirety of it is being done is produced through acoustic instruments.
Yeah.
And the music is what?
It's very tense
And sad.
Yeah.
That's a sad potato. No, for real, it's like damn. Yeah, it's very intense, musically speaking, but also extremely sad sounding. And it's one of those albums that, damn, when I listened to it for the first time, it hit me hard, man. Because I knew, because I was already a fan of the band, and I have listened to some of the tracks from that album. But, god damn it, once you listen to it from start to finish, the flow of the music, the collection of songs are part of the album itself.
Yeah.
A good example of what truly means when it comes to making an album. Is the collection of songs are proper, man. None of them feels out of place, and the flow, emotionally speaking, from start to finish, is like, damn. The album ends and like, damn.
Yeah. No, it is excellent indeed. And the composer for, I don't know exactly the name. I don't know the musicians
I think Storch.
on a name by name basis, but the compositions, both looking at independent songs and the scope of full albums by Green Carnation, is some of the best.
Yes.
Actually, and even the whole thing with that particular album that I mentioned, that is 1 hour a single song. You now, just kind of derailing a little bit, as a composer yourself, how do you feel about the challenge that it is to actually make something that is sensical, like a 1 hour long song?
First and foremost, they beat me because when I before discovering that track, I always wonder, is it possible to write a super long song? I was stupid, man. I was a kid, but I always thought like, damn, am I? Because at that point I was already acquainted with songs like "Hallowed by Thy Name" by Iron Maiden, so it meant something strong, right? I think it's close to 9.
Not yet Echoes.
Yeah, also Echoes as well. So I was already very familiar with long songs, but at that point I realized that most of those big ass tracks were always topping at 20 minutes. And I thought, there is a reason for it. There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
Because the only song that I knew by at that point that was longer than 20 minutes was "Thick as a Brick" by Jethro Tull, but it's divided into two songs, but it's due to the limitations of vinyl, right? So it counts as a 20-minute track, as two 20-minute songs.
It is.
Because in reality there are two songs, but played together, right? And then I discovered this. This is, man, this is kicking Jethro Tull in the ass. It's way too long.
Yeah.
I want to listen to it. And of course, when I listen to it, like, wow, damn, that was tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
Not just to listen to it, but also coming back to the question from the composer perspective. I was like, damn, the vision, man. Writing the motifs, the musical motifs, at that in a way that makes sense, that allows the song not only to progress in time, but also to develop and create a sense of continuity, but also a clear sense of understanding of which section of the track you are. And when they call back some of those cues later on, musical cues, like, oof, a genius, man.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. So yeah, that album is fantastic. It's a masterpiece. It's a very tough cookie to crumble, but
Yeah.
damn.
It's worth it. It's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
worth
not because it's a difficult song to listen to. It's actually intense. It's very much draining emotional speaking. It's artistic.
it. Yeah.
So it really needs you to be in that mood. So yeah, great band. It's one of my favorites. It's a huge influence on me as a musician. And also, yeah, but I think my favorite track from them is the one with the numbers from Acoustic Verses. So sad, man.
It is. It is interesting that pick because it's, well, I won't say that it's ultra different from, because they have quite a lot of range. So it's even hard to pinpoint what is different from what. But it's not necessarily a song that I would use to define them.
No, because it's not their sound, necessarily speaking. The thing is that I happen to have a particular affinity to that album, and also because of how emotional it is. That track is a beautiful display because also at that time when I discovered that song, I also wonder how possible could it be for you to write a long progressive rock song with an acoustic ensemble. Like, let's say, wow, it's possible because it's difficult to do because how many textures can you produce out of acoustic instruments? It's the sound of acoustic guitars, of course. Violins and stuff is a completely different beast.
Yeah.
But acoustic guitars are way more limited in the scope of texture. They do it.
Yeah, they do.
Out of the beautiful composition. The composition is incredibly beautiful. So yeah, it hits you hard. It's a very sad sounding song that once it's over, you're like, yeah, I need to watch some cartoons or something because
you should elevate a little bit the spirits. Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, it pushes you down.
Yeah, but such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Love it.
Look, now that you brought Green Carnation into the conversation, a band that, at least in my head, kind of walk hand in hand with Green Carnation is Pain of Salvation.
Clearly.
And which is also a very underrated band. They also fit into the prog rock
because they are prog rock, man.
Yeah, category, but with moments of metal and moments of other stuff because they also have quite a lot of range.
Very similar.
Yeah, like Green Carnation, a lot of those definitions apply here as well. Not that they sound alike.
No, man.
But it's just
not even Pain of Salvation sounds like Pain of Salvation at times.
Yeah, but they are fantastic. Also, incredible compositions, very emotionally driven.
Yeah.
Their stuff manages to be perhaps even more emotional than Green Carnation stuff at times.
It's more intense.
Yeah.
It's more intense and almost.
Yeah, because they work with tension very well.
Yeah.
They make very extensive use of it as an emotional tool.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic at it.
Yeah, totally, man. And actually, the way that they write music in my head is always not cacophonic, but plenty of dissonance.
There is.
Their music is dissonant.
Yeah.
For the vast, and look, I'm not saying dissonant in the sense of it being almost disordered, okay? It sounds super incredibly well crafted, but the dissonance it's an incredibly important part of the music because it feels like because the music is tense, man. It makes it's always you are like that like at the very end of the edge of your seat, and you're just waiting for something to break because it feels like that. The singer is fantastic. Benny Lidlow is such an incredible singer. Yes, one of the best.
Yes, he's awesome. He's awesome.
Because he has the finesse of Steve Perry.
Yeah, but with a more approach to using raw emotions.
Yes. While being very technical. Highly technical.
Yeah. No, it's impressive. It's actually fantastic.
It's impressive.
And it's not the singing, even though the singing is a highlight of the band, just because of how good he is.
Only thing.
The band is all extremely good.
Yeah,
all the musicians are fantastic.
Yeah, it has had several iterations, but the standard has always been super high.
Yeah, I'm particularly fond, even though all of their stuff is great. I'm a big fan of Passing Light of Day.
Oh yeah.
It's an album, and also there's a title track to the album,
which is one of the most beautiful songs ever written.
It's excellent. I would recommend that as a good way to get to know the band.
It is indeed.
Even though it's still on the demanding side to some degree.
But it's a good representation.
It is indeed, and it's definitely worth your time.
Yeah, but also Salt Road. What's the name of that one? The previous one? It has
in the album.
No. Let me check on my phone because it's the. On it. Give me a sec.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Last freaking Testament.
Yeah, the thing is that keeping everything in your head, like all the names and stuff, is kind of tough at times because you know what you want to say, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
The thing is that for reason I'm very good at that. Yeah, Road Salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the thing is that it's divided into albums. They got Road Salt Part 1 and Salt Part 2. Big difference, none, because they kind of feel like they're a continuation to each other. The thing is that in those albums, the production and the direction of the sound is very interesting, because they sound old.
Mm-hmm.
They sound like if they were produced in the 70s. This is the kind of band we're dealing with. Okay, it's one of those bands that are truly very much into the whole crafting, the whole notion of crafting music to its finest.
Yeah, and to deliver an
Experiences through the sound. Yeah. Because those albums, for example, Light of Day, the Passing Light of Day, that album sounds modern.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds properly, super tight, punchy, aggressive, the loud. It's everything that you think of when you imagine modern rock.
Mm-hmm.
But these two albums, damn it, they sound like they could be freaking American. Get me? Because they sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even the kick drums are boom. It's not boom.
Yeah.
Everything's tiny. Everything is recorded in such a fashion that is colorful, warm tone.
And produced when?
2008, I think. It's modern. It's a modern record, but it was done. 2010 and 2010. Yeah, both of them were released in the same year.
Yeah, they just adopted the aesthetic.
They did it in purpose. Wow. And it has plenty of good songs. For example, Linoleum. Mm-hmm. It's a good introduction to the band.
Yeah.
But also 1971.
Oh, yeah.
But also the incredibly, totally not Ennio Morricone, To the Shoreline. That song, man, I'm getting goosebumps just by remembering it. That song is incredible because it's acoustic music, but sounds like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with badass rock elements. Because he has like and it's one of those ultra sing-along tracks.
Oh yeah.
And
and the singing is awesome.
It's incredible. Yeah. The singing is fantastic. No, that track is good, man. Mm-hmm. And it's fast-paced, it's energetic, it's punchy, it's exciting, and it's a short track, 3 minutes something, man.
Yeah. But it feels like more because there's like so much going on.
The song finishes like, God damn, that was good, right? Yeah. That's a feel you got.
Yeah.
Because like, see, even if I play to my mother, she was like, that was very good, son. Indeed it was. It is bad.
Yeah, I think that's a good introduction. Not because it's the best representation of the band, but it's because it's a little bit more approachable than a lot of what they do.
But that's a song that you used to kick ass, man.
Yeah.
Because let me show what kind of music do you listen to? He's like, damn, he's great, and everybody could enjoy that one.
Yeah.
It's a super approachable song, and also Linoleum is.
Yeah, is not because. Their stuff is not that it's not approachable because it's ultra heavy. It's not approachable because it's way too dense. Yeah. It's way too tense for most of the time.
Yeah, the song that I showed you the other day from the Panther.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, but it's dreadful. It's kind of
the time signature in that guy.
Yeah.
Wow, what a good track, man. That's a song, man.
And most of their stuff, I'd say, carries that weight.
Totally.
That is beyond heaviness. It's kind of that gravity.
Yes.
And that's why I wouldn't necessarily consider them to be a very approachable band because of that emotional load. But yeah, there are songs that are a little bit more approachable. Definitely, my pick is not the most approachable, Passing Light of Day, because it's way too emotionally charged.
But it's a ballad.
Yeah, but it's way too emotional.
It is indeed. Because it's kind of simple in structure. It's a long track. How long is it? Like 8 minutes?
I think it's like 8 or 9. Something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a ballad. It's a beautiful romantic song. Long, and you might want to, and that's actually what excites me, man. When I see something like that, like somebody describing a song like this is a ballad, but 8 minutes long, like 10 minutes long. How? I want to listen to it. I want to see how they do it, man. Because if they pull it off, this is insane, and they do.
They do greatly.
Because it has moments of intensity, heaviness. They actually go metal in that one, but sections.
Yeah.
and the delivery. No man, those sections like the delivery is like, and the ending. Damn, it made me feel things.
He does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time you listen to that one, like, I should have not listened to the song. Now I feel sad.
I even think that Pain of Salvation is a band that you cannot, or maybe you even shouldn't listen to them too much.
Casually, right?
Yeah, because they get you down, man.
Yeah, they
truly
push
get you down.
The emotional speaking, they're like, and that song, they're like, damn.
Talking about bands that get you down, would you say that King Crimson is an underrated band?
Nah, King Crimson is popular, man. King Crimson is super popular, man. Why? Just Robert Fripp, the name alone.
Yeah.
And you might be saying, it's because prog rock, therefore, is not popular. How Genesis? It's not about popularity, man. It's not about the genre. Because King Crimson, even though it's weird ass music, they were probably one of the first acts that actually produced weird ass music that went somewhat mainstream.
They went big, yeah.
They went big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Frank Zappa. Is Frank Zappa underrated? My ass, man, it's super popular right now. Man. It's one of those guys that you don't know music. You have never listened to his music, but you know his face.
Yeah, he's ultra recognizable.
The same what happens with the cover for in the court of the Crimson King.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody
that's
has
true.
seen that guy. Man. The fact that I can assure you there has to be a hot topic somewhere that sells freaking leggings.
Nah, I would be surprised.
Man, that things that you don't know hot topic. So wherever.
And I plan on remaining like this.
And you should, man, because it's not fun. Oh, girls love it. So wherever.
So let me see something else that is ultra underrated. Oh, one of the most common underrated picks, at least here in the channel, or have mentioned it before, Symphony X. Well, I think we even mentioned it already passingly in the conversation. I happen to think the Symphony X is one of the most underrated bands ever.
Period.
Because they are way too freaking good.
Yeah, and nobody knows. Nobody knows in the sense of it being a band that has been around for as long as all of the big names in the prog metal scene. And it's not as renowned as any of the other names that are renowned.
Yeah, because I hold them in a level of appreciation basically as high as Dream Theater,
Agreed.
personally speaking. And they are nowhere near as known as Dream Theater.
Yes.
Which I think is
not even being the same level of popularity, renowned.
Renowned, yeah.
Just that alone is like, why? These guys are that good.
They are indeed.
They're fantastic as prog metal. I in that case, I would say that this band, Symphony X, is full on prog metal.
They are.
Unlike Dream Theater, that are rock and metal, depending on which album, because depending on the album you pick, is more of one or the other.
Yeah, the latest album is quite prog metal.
It is indeed. But some of the efforts prior to that one are like full on rock. Octavarium is full on rock metal. Rock. It's not metal by any means. But yeah, regardless, Symphony X is such a great band. Fantastic singer. Probably not things that between the singing, which is Russell Allen, and Michael Romeo being the guitar player. God damn. The thing is that the band should be popular, man, because it has everything for it to become popular.
Yeah.
Great, recognizable guitar and singer.
Yeah.
Why?
I truly can't understand. That's why they are, for me, the quintessential underrated band, because I truly can't understand how they are not more recognized.
Yes, being such a... they write music that is way more approachable than what Dream Theater does.
Yeah.
Has elements that could allow people who enjoys power metal to be drawn to their music.
Yeah.
Has everything that anybody who enjoys progressive rock will like, damn! And also metal, come on, man, they play heavy as balls.
Yeah.
And the singer is like, wow.
He is. The whole conversation about who's the best singer is a tough one to have. Personally, I find him to be one of my favorite singers, perhaps my favorite. He's way too good.
He's way too good because he's kind of a weird mix between David Coverdale and Steve Perry.
But punchier.
But the thing, yeah. Because clean vocals with high, incredible level of precision, insane range, total control of the apparatus, but also incredible levels of emotion and expression.
Yeah. No.
Super expressive singer, man. It's wow. He's one of like, this should work. Why?
Yeah, that's hard. I truly don't understand.
Because Michael Romeo, the guitar player, like, he's like Kimmy Malston.
But
less
I think
insane.
He's more musical.
He is indeed.
He's truly.
So
great.
you see, even the guys who are into being insane on guitar will be drawn to their music.
Because look, compositionally speaking, also I don't know who's the main composer for the band. I think he is him.
I think it's Michael Romeo, yeah.
But it's very clever because all of the musicians are great. The drummer is excellent. I forgot his name. I'll remember it later. But the music is written in a way that you have clear highlights at different points of the song. You have moments for the vocals to shine, for the guitar to shine, for the drums to shine.
Agreed.
But the song never feels like anybody's fighting for space.
No.
The song is very cleverly written in a way that you can see moments of shining from everybody without feeling like it's a competition. Like they're actually making music.
Yeah, because
together.
everybody in the band is fantastic. They're
Yeah.
incredibly talented musicians, and the drumming, for example, is complex when it should.
Yeah.
The same could be said about the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
The keyboards are fantastic, man, because the way that they use the keyboards is so clever, so intelligent, adding all sorts of intensity, but also drama and also power and punch.
Dynamics.
No. The use of the more the Symphony X ism when they go guitar and piano together doing a syncopated, like,
Yeah.
you gotta listen to it to understand what I mean. Listen to the Oracle. What's the name of that one? It's from Suite B.
The Mythology Suite.
It's from the Mythology Suite.
No, but the name is
The Mythology Suite is the album. Let me check the song because I always forget it, man. But that song, the introduction alone, I would love to play it here, but YouTube hates us. So, not for real. Oracle. The Oracle. The Communion and the Oracle. Listen to that track from the album The Mythology Suite by Symphony X. The introduction alone is this that I'm describing. Is something that I have only heard from them. And it's an incredibly complex yet musical, beautiful use of the instrumentation. It's just guitar alone and keyboards, and they play like no. You gotta listen to it for real, because see, if you're one of those suckers for stuff like this, like complex harmonies, beautifully crafted, you're like, and then the drums kicks in,
Yeah.
and the singing on top of that. Oh man! Wow! No! What a song, man! What a song! That's kick-ass.
One of the things that I like best about Symphony X, there's plenty to like, but one of the things that I like best about them is how I think they found the perfect balance or the perfect limit on pushing complexity in a way that doesn't feel self-indulgent. Their stuff is extremely complex.
It is,
but it never feels overly complex.
Okay.
It's always just complex enough.
Yep.
It always feels that like the complexity is an element that serves the song, not that they're just trying to go. Let's see how crazy we can take
Yeah,
this.
they don't go complex for complexity's sake.
Yeah.
They truly write music that makes sense to them.
It doesn't feel indulgent. It feels
by any means.
musical.
It sounds like music, and that's it.
Truly great
Such a
band.
fantastic band.
So check them out. It's definitely worth it.
Totally. And in that vein, I will also recommend Agalok. That's more of the black metal stuff. What a great band, because it's progressive black metal. Like,
Not for everybody.
how does that make sense? No, it's for everybody if you give them a try, man, because it truly will knock your socks off, man. Their music is super. It feels like you're going through the woods. During a blizzard. And you're thinking about life and death. It sounds like that, man. For real. I know that it sounds super edgy. Like, come on, man, we're talking about black metal. Of course, it's gonna be edgy.
It has to.
It gotta be. But it's incredibly well crafted music. I may recommend the track in the Shadow for Pale companion. The name is Badass, man. Yes, it is. And that track it's an extravaganza that I think it clocks at 15, if not 20 minutes of just amazing, because it's acoustic folk rock with metal, black metal, man.
That's even hard to imagine.
No, because their music it has plenty of acoustic elements. The entirety of the song, most of their songs have a moment in which they shine with acoustic guitars, and when you're like, I didn't see that coming. I would have never thought that this could work, and yet
It does.
it does. And damn, it does in such a way Great band, totally recommended. And that album is one of my favorites, The Mantle. Totally recommended. The Mantle by Igalok.
I'll even check it out myself because honestly, it's not a
You
band
should.
that I'm very familiar with.
You should listen to her music. It's amazing, and the drum is also fantastic because the guy uses all of the metalisms, but in a way that is not how can I put it? Metalism. I know.
Don't get you.
No, it's difficult to describe because the things that the context of the music, the compositions and the orchestration is done in such a way that even though he might be doing, for example, the double kick drum, right? Fast double kick drum in a consistent fashion, it doesn't sound like you are used to.
Okay.
Because the arrangement is like big and it sounds super orchestral, man. It's like it's super highly crafted music, man. Super highly crafted music. I recommend that album, the Mantle. It's a conceptual album as well. From start to finish, it's beautiful, man. It has plenty of beautiful songs, man. It doesn't have the thing is that there's another album called Ashes Against the Grain. That album is a little bit more straightforward in the sense of it having more of a less expansive sound, more focused songs. And in that album you got incredible one of my favorite tracks by them is called Not Unlike the Waves. It's like has a very badass I think I should have heard that one. It's the one with the ding 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 ding. So it's ominous and like that, and then bam,
In your face.
yeah, and your face like yeah, yeah, that's cool. And they also have a very great use of clean vocals because the vocalist is and the use of voices in the band is a very balanced mix between singing vocals and guttural vocals in the kind of ghost-like right sound, but without being corny. So it's like wow, and it's an incredible band, and that song. In the Shadow of Our Pale Companion, I think is one of totally recommended because I don't want to spoil the beans. If you listen to that track, you'll see that god damn, that was good. The use of acoustic guitars is simply amazing. Most of the track is done with acoustic guitars and it's metal. So it's one of those like don't know, it works, man. Somehow, and it's not, and I'm not trying to pick on those guys or selecting those guys out of the uniqueness because they don't sound unique. I don't like that idea of being, oh look, it's because it's good because it's a fusion. No. It's good. It's good. It's only good when it's good.
That makes sense to me.
For as long as it doesn't suck, it's good, right? So, otherwise it cannot be good.
And it cannot be part of the
because you cannot suck and be good at the same time. Get it? So,
says Newton's second law of physics.
Of course, yeah, exactly. This house follows the rules of thermodynamics, by the way. So, but their music is it's clearly you can hear the influences of power metal and the power of black metal and death metal, but you also hear folk rock. Huge.
And the blend was
excellently done.
Yeah.
Because if you truly think about it, you can play black metal with acoustic guitars. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. No, you can. Because of the structures, the structure of the music and how the progressions and how you can. Clearly you can. And they capitalized on it and damn, I totally recommend it. And that album, I think you're gonna like it. The Mantle is gonna blow your socks off. Not your socks off, because
I will check it out.
I think it's gonna be right in your alley. Because no blast beats.
Okay.
To begin with, the entire album is black metal with no blast beats. Secondly, the insanity of the compositions. They are one of those bands that managed to stretch a section, harmonically speaking, like Opeth.
Oh, that they kind of go over and over again.
They can do it,
but somehow it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I for the life of me cannot do that. I don't know how they do it. Because I'm always like, okay, this is coming next, and I always try to keep the music evolving, right?
Yeah.
And whenever I try to force myself to stick to something, I can't. But those guys are able to do it, man. And the same was what happens with Opeth. Opeth is far from being an underrated band.
Yeah.
But they managed to do this kind of repetitive, almost like cyclical thing that if it was done by a lesser band, it wouldn't work.
You would feel boring.
Boring because like
Yeah.
you ran out of ideas. But
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
yeah, with Opeth or with Alga, like keep going.
Because somehow it manages to be cyclical and evolving at the same time.
Yes, I know.
And
it's a
not-
contradiction, but
Yeah.
it happens. It feels like that, man.
It doesn't.
Because I think what evolves is the emotion, man. It's not the music, it's not the sound.
Yeah.
And the crafting of the track, the positioning of those sections in a song, in the song is what allows for this sense of natural evolution or constant the development of the track, while still being listening to the same section allows takes place. It's out of that, man.
Yeah, it's super well done.
And that's if you think about it, it's like a great way for the composer. It's foresight from the composer perspective, because the composer realized, okay, this is the plan. I want you to feel like this at the end. If I develop my song for it to reach that moment of emotion, and while the track reaches this particular point on the track, even though if I stick to it, you will still feel that the song advances because you already feel that way. And this particular section of the track, it's making the objective of the song, emotional speaking, more present.
Okay.
Get me?
Yeah.
So it's just doubling down on what already works.
Yeah, and look, you're just giving me more reasons to check out Agalok, because it is one of the things that I truly appreciate about Opeth.
Yes.
I truly respect the fact that they managed to do this in such a way, and seeing that is something that is present on their music as well. I'm gonna give him a shot because it
You
sounds
should,
very
man. You should. And they have plenty. That album has plenty of moments of. How can I put it? Kind of soundscaping, but without being Sigur Rossi. Actual soundscape, not trying to be pretentious. There is some form of Spanish speaking things that they say in one of the songs. I don't remember. They don't know what it's about, but wherever. But even though you might be already expecting them, when you hear them, like, okay, wherever, I don't know, but good, because it sounds like a sample from an old movie.
Okay.
And from the sounds of it, I think it's a Mexican movie, but one of those super old movies from the 40s or something. And it fits, man. And I think they're from Oregon. So, okay. Yeah, but great band. And I recommend that album, The Mantle, and also Ashes Against the Grain, because Ashes Against the Grain also has Our Fortress is Burning. Good. That's an epic.
Yeah.
It's as big as the Shadow. Great track, man. No. It's a fantastic band. That as the same what happened with Concunation. Well, Concunation is producing music, yeah, but no longer live. And these guys have been out of everything probably since 2012, man.
Just the style of the time.
It's the style of the time.
You mentioned not sound design, was like soundscaping and stuff
Yes.
like that. It brought to mind a very underrated band, which is Over.
Oh, Over, yes.
The thing is that Over is a very hard band to recommend because their catalog is a mess.
They go everywhere.
Yeah, but they have all of the stuff is actually good.
Yeah.
If you're open to listen to completely different stuff from album to album.
I would paraphrase, or not paraphrase, change a little bit what you said, because I agree. I would change just that if you're open to, or if you're able to understand that you with these guys you cannot stick to a particular sound,
Yeah.
because the band is like 3 albums in a row, enough. Let's try something different.
And we're not talking like slightly different. We're talking
Genre.
genres, completely different genres.
Yeah, because we started off as a black metal band, then we moved over to some form of acoustic weird ass, don't know what that is. Then electronic, the hell what that is. Then cinematic ominous.
I like that era.
That's super good.
Yeah.
That's super good as well. That's my favorite actually.
Yeah, because the album that I would recommend.
Shadows of the Freaking Sun.
No, the Assassination of Julius Caesar.
Ah no, but that's from the Depeche Mode.
Yeah, but already has a lot of cinematic stuff going on.
Yeah, but it's the follow up to that era, man. It's the first of the Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
It's the first of the Depeche Mode. Period.
It's a very good album.
It's a fantastic
Yeah,
album. I love that. That's one of my favorite records ever. Totally recommend it, for real.
Yeah.
Because that album has the proper amount of, how to describe it? because it sounds dark, evil, dangerous, perverted,
Kind of sick in the head.
sick in the head, sexy. It sounds like everything you don't want your daughter to experience. Makes
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Because it has this feminine touch to it that it's like, no, I don't want my daughter. No, you get. It might be me, but
No,
it has that.
but I think it's actually a pretty good depiction.
The
of
fact
all
that you
the-
also
yeah.
feel that way is
Yeah.
interesting because we never talk about this album like this, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's weird, right?
It is.
Because it makes you feel like, no, man.
And it feels wrong.
Yeah.
It feels kind of wrong.
Yeah. It feels like you're watching a movie that you know what happens in the end, and it's like watching a crash, a car crash in slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
And no, man, and the intensity, man. And but it's super poppy.
It is. That's the thing. And because one thing that they managed to keep consistent throughout their mass of their body of work is that they have that kind of tension
Yes.
as an emotional background. Even though the music sounds very different, they have that emotional element that is present on most of what they do. Even on the stuff that is a bit more poppy, which is interesting because you wouldn't necessarily associate this kind of sentiment with pop, but still somehow is there.
The thing is that it's not pop music in the sense of it being Sabrina Carpenter.
No.
No, it's pop in the sense of it having a kind of like Tears for Fears
Or I
or
think
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode's the good stuff about Depeche Mode is probably the closest thing that you can use to.
Are you aware that we're in that channel? Just saying. So no,
No,
but,
we already made it clear to everybody that
Yeah.
we like some stuff by Depeche
yes,
Mode,
yes,
not all.
everything. Yes.
Yeah.
So no, but yeah, Over sounds like that. That
Yeah.
like Sons of Faith and Devotion has that, but
But even darker.
even darker.
Even darker.
It's much more like nasty,
Mm-hmm.
evil, and plenty of cinematic elements.
They're very good. They're very musical.
Yeah,
They're very musical.
The thing is that the whole album is fantastic. The opera is excellent, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name?
No, it's not the. It's the one in Latin, no?
No, that's the Angelus Novus. That's it.
Yeah.
That song's great.
That feels.
That's a masterpiece of the album. man.
it feels.
Yeah, it's like damn, because it's that cinematic elements in contemporary music don't write,
Yeah.
because the track has this kind of orchestral, kind of like a string arrangement at the beginning, which feels like big and ominous. It makes me feel like I'm just like if I am standing in front of the ocean, in front of the Atlantic, I don't know, the northern seas.
Mm.
Everything's kind of using this gray color correction,
Yeah.
kind of desaturated. Of course, 16:9, so it looks
Yeah.
cinematic as balls.
It's contemplative, but kind of dreadful.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you're like, yeah, it has that, man, and it feels like is the song that you would use for an incredibly important scene from an incredibly good movie,
Yeah.
like the meaningful moment, like
Yeah. But
no dialogue, the music alone,
Yeah.
plus the images.
Mhm.
God damn.
There's something extremely reflexive, but
But
not good.
no.
Something like all of my bad choices brought me here.
But being analyzed from an outsider's perspective, man.
Yeah.
That's music, man.
Yeah.
It's highly crafted.
Yeah, it's telling a story, even just.
And it's a short track, 3
Yeah,
minutes something,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like when the song finishes, like, wow! You're speechless, right?
The thing that they're really good. I'm always skeptical about recommending Over because of the mess.
The mess
factor.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard because you listen to an album. Okay, I like this. Let me listen to another one. It's completely different.
What the hell is this?
Yeah. But the thing is, they are very good, man. And,
Yes.
and at all points of their career, even though their music changes a lot, they have always delivered good music, regardless of what kind of music we're talking about.
Memoralia.
Yes.
The opera track. It begins with a weird ass, a weird ass mix between a drum machine and a drummer, playing a very steady but mechanical, kind of broken rhythm.
Yeah, but that rhythm feels very interesting because of that interaction.
You're like,
Yeah.
You're drawn to it because you're trying to dissect what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vocals kick in with the super groovy badass bass and the pads.
Mm-hmm.
what the hell is this? I shouldn't be dancing to this. Right? And
Yeah.
the chorus is like, okay, there's a comment. This is not only dance is catchy, but
Ominous.
yeah, the chorus sounds even darker,
Yeah.
but it's catchy as balls.
No, it's a very unique musical experience, being very honest. I definitely recommend it, even though it's, well, we already gave you arguments for you to feel skeptical about them, but honestly, they are a very good band, and they are worth your time.
Yes,
as well.
and another highlight is when what's the name? So does the world. So falls the world. That's a good one. Is the one. Ding, ding.
I can, my name I can remember.
There's the
recall.
Queen Carlos is fall.
Yeah.
It's that one, man. That's super good, man. And he's the only one that sounds like the previous records.
It's the link.
He's the only link.
Yeah.
Because when the album got released, I was already a fan of these guys, and I was coming from Shadows of the Sun, and a fantastic album. But that guy is everything we said about the cinematic things, just that.
Yeah.
So the entire album, like, damn, it's ambient music, but it's not ambient music.
It's atmospheric, but
It's focused. It
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
has. It's not just for the soundscapey element. No, there's music, man, and it's very emotional. Like, kind of like that,
yeah.
but in a very introspective way.
Yeah.
And I was very acquainted to that sound. Then this album got released. Super excited. This is the pitch mode. The hell happened? But I already knew that they would do something funk at one point.
Yeah.
So I forced myself to give it a try. Like, this is excellent, man. But and the only song that sounds like the previous albums is so does the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the whole album is very good. It's actually very consistent.
Yeah, very consistent.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that would be the picks I think for today, because we spent like
Is it
an hour and
already?
just talking about 5 freaking bands. Well, that shows that we know our shit, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do with the.
No, we're
do
gonna
this
do
again.
this
Yeah.
very much often,
Mhm.
because the thing is that there are so many good bands that nobody knows,
Mhm.
or not that many people knows, because that's impossible.
Yeah.
That deserve praise, and also it's interesting to see if we can keep this core in more music together.
Yeah.
Because
Indeed.
I think that getting into much more serious territory, the next stage for music is gonna be about music being distributed among people. Discovery will take place among friends, similar to what happened with mixtapes back in the 80s.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna go back in that, well, the equivalent to that
Yeah.
with more technology, man. Because since everybody has access to Spotify, it's no longer a problem. There is no limitations with this. The limitation now is actual knowledge, being aware of the existence of the good shit.
And especially because if you're just listening what is promoted or presented by mainstream outputs, you're never gonna be presented with this stuff.
No,
They're never gonna fall on your radar.
because they don't want you to listen to stuff that will make you think.
Yeah, so for anybody that actually is interested in pursuing good music, it's gonna have to be through these channels.
Yes,
through
so
these
you see
methods.
where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think this is the future, man.
Mhm.
Once again, we're maybe doing this way too early, but wherever, we're not strange to it. But I think it's very important, because this is the way that more music will be discovered.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because you don't trust institutions, you trust your friends, man. You trust the taste of the people who surround you.
Yeah.
And also, I also think that people are starting to even give the middle finger to the mainstream everything.
Mhm.
Because I always use the movies as a reference, but that also applies to video games, even music, man. Who do you know about the Grammys? Do you care about the Grammys? Do you know?
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a damn, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is watching TV? Just think about that, man.
Yeah.
Because where do the Grammys take place? On TV, right? Everybody's watching YouTube, man. Everybody's watching freaking Netflix, man, and that crap. So even positioning music on TV shows is gonna be not necessarily that big of a breakthrough like it was for Muse, for example, with Watchmen.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be more about because how volatile everything is.
Mhm.
How long for something to be replaced with something else? It's seconds, man.
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that we forgot that they shot this guy 2 weeks ago already, nobody's talking about it. Well, they are still talking about it, but it's not necessarily that big of a.
It's already
It's
dwindling,
being already. Why? Not because of the importance of what happened. but it's because of how many more things we know of that happened after.
Mm-hmm.
And we live in such a fast-paced world, man, that it's impossible for something to truly stick.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way.
Yeah, it is
Communities,
indeed.
This online stuff and this interaction and exchange.
Yeah, that's why I even invite you watching now or watching later after the live stream becomes a video to share your favorite underrated bands with us in the comments.
Join to the Discord, because we actually
Yes.
have a music that doesn't suck a channel in which we share this shit.
Yeah, and the link's in the description, so you
Yes.
can join us there.
Please do.
So yeah, we have this kind of conversation on a weekly basis every Thursday. Thursday?
Yeah,
Today's
Thursday.
At 5 p.m. Central, we're here talking about music that doesn't suck and drinking something among friends.
Which we happen to forget how to introduce.
Yes.
This was a dirty martini, a highly underrated drink.
Yeah, to keep
in mood.
Yes.
I happen to be a huge fan of it. 2 ounces of gin, half an ounce of vermouth, half an ounce of the wine from the olives, and 2 to 3 olives per serving.
I would offer you some, but it's already over.
Yes. I drank mine super fast because I happen to be a huge fan of it.
Yeah, but well, we are here. You should be here as well. So I invite you to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so that we're gonna be notified whenever we do this live once again.
Yes.
And I hope to see you here next time around.
Yes. It was a serious thing that we met you. We remind you that you should never let anybody tell you what to dream about. And remember that we'll see you. We'll see ya.